Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda, and please welcome to our Operation Freedom platform, WeThePeopleProcessing.com. You know, are you tired of being threatened to be canceled just because you have a company focused on liberty and freedom? Well, worry no more, folks. WeThePeopleProcessing.com is your go-to merchant services, freedom-based company to provide business service payment solutions. We the People Processing provides their clients a cancel culture-free platform which is domestically based. They provide competitive rates, no contracts with next-day funding, a fully vetted and like-minded financial infrastructure, and full support for integrations, implementation, and e-commerce efforts. Bottom line, WeThePeopleProcessing.com focuses on defending your company's free market growth, values, and future. Check them out at www.WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Once you're on the site, enter in password Operation Freedom or call 855-499-2024. That's WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Then, when on the website, enter Operation Freedom as your password or call 855-499-2024.
Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you say
Asking a
categorically,
question.
Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave Vs The MSM. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We are available 24/7 at davejanda.com, both the free, the public side, as well as the subscription side. I hope you'll become part of our Freedom family and also join us for our radio show. It's live and free every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. And all you have to do is go to davejanda.com, hit the Listen Live button, takes you to Wham Talk 1600 streaming service, hit play, you're with us, great guests, great analysis, information, the bought-off lamestream, fake media, tentacle of the deep state will never present. The title of today's presentation, remember that Taco Bell commercial ad platform they were running for years called Let's Run for the Border? Yeah, well, there's a whole lot of people running for the border. What little of it still exists, thanks to the Biden administration. One person who's not running for the border is Kamala Harris, right? As Victor Avila, former INS agent extraordinaire, stated on our platform recently on our radio show, he's been spending a lot of time down on the border, weeks on end actually, has documented the fact that many thousands of illegal aliens are unvetted and untested for many disease entities. It's a public health nightmare, just as one aspect of it. But Victor, who grew up in El Paso, Texas, and served our nation honorably, in fact, sustained multiple gunshot wounds by Mexican cartels when he and his partner, Special Agent Jaime Zapata, who died in the process, were set up. And the weapons used against them were actually weapons that came out of the Fast and Furious program by the Obama-Biden administration with the help of Eric Holder. Incredibly sinister and evil. Run for the border. As Victor points out, when Kamala Harris finally went to the border, as he says, she never went to the border. She went to El Paso, Texas, but she didn't go to Del Rio. She didn't go to McAllen, Texas. She didn't go to the border. She didn't go to any processing stations. So she's about the only one not running for the border. But there are a whole number, a lot, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands that are running for our border and easily getting in. And in the process, potentially putting American citizens in harm's way. Border situation worst I've ever seen Representative Williams. This from Zachary Stiver from the Epoch Times. The crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border has deteriorated sharply amid concerns the Biden administration will and has ended a key Trump-era provision that enables speedy expulsion of illegal immigrants. Republican lawmakers, including Representative Williams, told the Epoch Times. As Michael Cutler, former inspector with INS, who's a regular on our platform, has told us, it's not just a southern border. Every state is a border state for several reasons. One of which is there are airports, obviously, in every state. And, in fact, Victor Avila has pointed out on our platform he witnessed from multiple airports in Texas illegal aliens that were unvetted and untested being put on commercial airliners and being sent to northern states. Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, Massachusetts, New York, Illinois, just to name a few that Victor documented. So it should not, when he came out with that, people say, well, that's kind of conspiracy. Victor, he saw it with his own eyes. He documented it. Whistleblower leaks email revealing Biden administration using U.S. military to secretly move illegal aliens around the country. So much for that conspiracy theory. It might be conspiracy, but it's conspiracy reality. In a leaked email, the Biden administration is using the U.S. military to secretly move illegal aliens around the country from Laughlin Air Force Base. The email, written by Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Burrows, which was leaked, states, quote, over the next few days, weeks, or months, you may see passenger aircraft on our ramp transporting undocumented non-citizens. Please review the attached public affairs guidance on the issue. Burrows then commanded military individuals in uniform to hide what was happening on the base from the very Americans they are sworn to serve. Quote, do not take photographs and refrain from posting anything on social media, end quote, the email read. Every state is a border state. And every state is being put in harm's way. And the citizens of every state. Then this hit. Earlier this week, it was reported the number of illegal aliens in custody in Rio Grande Valley region tested positive for the... In fact, the number of tests that tested positive, folks that tested positive, increased by 900%. Those are just the ones that were tested. Remember, Victor and many other individuals on the borders have stated they're unvetted and they're untested. Not just for the that we're so familiar with, but any other infectious disease. The Biden administration and their stenographers in the media, the bought-off lamestream fake media, this from Christina Lala, are blaming Americans for the rising cases. But they ignore the tens of thousands of illegals, many infected with the and other diseases, pouring over the border every week. And it's not just the southern border. It's every state's border. Because what's happening is that these individuals are being brought. Oh, this refugee resettlement program is such a wonderful thing. And, the churches are in charge of them. They wouldn't do anything to jeopardize the health and welfare of people, other American citizens. Right? It's all about this, folks. That's what it's all about. And, by the way, why don't you hear remember, as I said, one political party, I've said this since the inception of Operation Freedom Radio Show almost 11 years ago, there's one political party, the Republicrats, and they're owned and operated by a criminal syndicate. Why don't you hear the R's talking about this? Because it's benevolent to their business leaders, and the left loves also the big tech that they want these illegals in too, because it's cheap labor. It's not about human rights. It's not about doing the right thing for people or the country. It's about this. It's all what it's about. Whether it's the church organizations making money off the refugee resettlement program, or whether it's the businesses, some businesses that gain from, well, their bottom line goes up with, cheap labor. It's all about the money. And it's non-denominational. Listen to what Victor Avila says. Listen to Mike Cutler. They're the experts. And that's what we do on our platform, which is why the deep state despises us. We present information, and we have guests, and we have analysis that the bought-off lamestream fake media will never present because it doesn't fit into the globalist narrative, because the bought-off lamestream fake media is a tentacle of the deep state. Always has been, always will be. At least in the past, there were some pockets of people that weren't bought and paid for by the syndicate. Well, that's no longer the case and hasn't been for many years. And that's why independent media sources such as this are so important to your future. You see, independent media is about educating you, empowering you, so that you're less of a target, less of a potential victim and casualty of the syndicate. We hope you'll join us at davejanda.com 24/7. The free, the public side, as well as the subscription side. We hope you'll join us for the radio show every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Thanks for your time today.